We're here with Carol O'Casey, author of Unwrapping Wonder on the Big Deschutes River.
Good morning. We're here on the Big Deschutes River welcoming you today by the salmon, the Kokanee salmon, who have returned to spawn this time of year in the fall. Fall is my favorite time of year here on the river because we get to witness this annual migration of the Kokanee.
So, can you tell us a little bit about what's going on here?
These salmon have returned to their homeland, their home waters where they were hatched 3 to 4 years ago. Then they traveled down and spent the major portion of their life in the Wickiup Reservoir, which is a freshwater reservoir, and now they've returned home to complete their life cycle.
How do they do this?
Well, what you'll see today, you might notice in the background, is a flurry of activity as the salmon are returning to spawn. The females will select the nest site. They will fan their tails and build a depression into the gravel where they will lay between 500 to 1,000 eggs. The males will come along and fertilize those eggs after the eggs have sunk into the ground.
So, these don't look like the salmon that I've seen down in the lake. They have different colors and their scales look different.
Yeah, very observant point there. These fish go through a remarkable physical change. Their color changes from the silver to these deep crimson reds and dark greens. In addition, the males develop a hooked jaw and a humped back.
Sure is a lot of activity out here. They're all jumping around.
They are jumping and moving, and they are completing their life cycle as the eggs are laid and fertilized. Shortly after this, however, the salmon will actually die. And in doing so, their bodies become food for the predators in the area. The eagles, the ravens, the coyotes will nourish their own bodies from the life of the salmon.
And will the eggs stay protected?
The females will need to cover those nests after the eggs have been laid and fertilized. They fan their tails and cover the nest with the gravel to protect it from the ultraviolet rays of the sun and other fish, predators, crayfish, etc.
Quite a migration.
It is quite a migration, and this reminds me that my own life is a cycle of seasons in which Peter said that life is a journey which we must travel with a deep consciousness of God.
Thanks a lot, Carol, and I hope you enjoy the spawning season here.
Thanks for joining us today.